And I'm Holly, and today is our growth episode. And everybody wants to grow, right, Hen? I think everybody who opens up a business, they're not opening up the business with short-term success. They're opening it up because their goal is to grow.
Exactly.
So how do you do that? Well, for us, it starts with a seed, right?
Right.
So our beginnings were in 1988. We just went into the strip center. We had 100 square feet. And in the first year, I'm sorry, 1,000 square feet. You're right, Hen. 1,000 square feet. We had 6 stylists, 1 receptionist, and 1 person shampooing. And our mom was the hostess of the mostest. And so that was 9 people that we started with. And our first year we did about 479,000, 6 months. It was from year to year.
From year to year.
June, okay. June to June, did 479,000, and we had to pay a percentage rent.
Right.
You know, so again, that was one of those hurdles, if you will, because when we signed the lease, we were only 27. We didn't know everything. But one thing we did know is we knew we walked in favor, and we knew we could communicate. So we went to, I think it was Louis Sterling, right?
Yes.
We went to that property. We said, listen, what do we need to do? We need to expand. So right there was another element of growth. And you know what's something my mother really taught us is growing. You know, some people want to grow by leaps, and they extend themselves way too much. We grow by little steps. One baby step leads to another baby step.
And even what a business coach said about 4 or 5 years ago, she said, just watching our pattern of growth, she said, you know what's great about how y'all grow is she did say you take a big leap. She says, but you stay there and you grow that skill. You optimize that service, right, which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. And so because we go into it step by step, and then as we take these big leaps, we decide, oh, we're all going to do extensions, and we're not going to do them on a small scale, we're going to do them on a big scale. So everything just grew for us.
Exactly. So in our first year, we did 479,000. Second year, we added another 1,000 square feet, so that was 2,000, and we created a boutique, a shopping experience. Right, it was awesome. And at that point, we were almost like $850, almost $1 million. And then we decided, you know, being like Heather said, from an entrepreneur family, we knew what's not renting from someone was not our future.
Right.
So we knew we wanted to purchase a builder. At that point, we bought a piece of land, paid that off. You know, we're big on living debt free. We do not live above our means, right? And so, and I think it was what, 1995. July 1995, we opened up almost like a 6,000 square foot building that we owned. And in 5 years, we paid that building off. Our note was $20,000 a month.
Yep.
In the midst of that, we were having children. I have 4, and she has 2.
Exactly.
So I want to encourage every female out there that, you know what, you really can have it all, and you can do it all.
Yep.
You just need to do it in steps, and you need to be wise and realize God's got your back. Mm-hmm. And I love one of the things is stay humble. You know, I believe when you really stay true to yourself, you live in a perpetual state of humility. You know, you can't be something or be someone that we're not created to be, right? Even Heather and I being identical twins, we have a lot of the similarities, but we have a lot of differences. I'm never trying to be Heather. Heather's never trying to be me. It's like, and that's something that we both say, stay in your lane. You stay in your lane, you're going to grow beautifully, and you're going to grow really fulfillment. You're going to live fulfilled.
Right.
So what was great with us is that we did get that big building. We had a mega spa, and we also had a hair salon where we specialize in color, cutting, etc. And then our gift certificate business, which is how we funded the spa, we used to do about $1 million a year in gift certificates. So we became, I think it was like 2003, we became the largest single salon building in like an 8-state radius, other Gulf states, mm-hmm. that produced $6 million then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. $6 million. We had 90 employees then. So how did that happen? Did we see the big picture? Yes. I always tell this to my whole entire team. Let's create the big picture first.
Right.
And as we create the big picture, then we incrementally work backwards, and that's how you do it in the daily. You want to bring in 250, you want to bring in 350, you want to bring in 500,000. I love the big picture. And let's break it down, because success is not in the day, but it is in the daily.
Totally.
So it's all those little steps is what empowered us to grow.
Exactly.
Right? And so in that, you know, we, like Heather and I said, we did the salon, then we did the boutique, then we did the spa, then we did a skin clinic, because we felt like, okay, really the whole anti-aging process, because we believe in ageless beauty and slow beauty. So that's when we started creating different skincare modalities that really helped people, right? Everybody wants to turn back the clock and look better. So we opened up a skin clinic, and that has flourished. And then we went into the men's grooming, and we believe now the next phase for us is wellness, because we believe mental health is a new wealth.
Yes. And so that's the next
That's where the
step for us.
power of touch comes in.
Right.
And that's one thing that we can freely do in our industry. Like, people want to be touched.
Yes.
People want to feel cared for. And as you guys know, COVID made a whole shift with that.
Yep.
And so being able to really care for people is given us an opportunity to really bring more mental health to our guests just as well.
Yep. And what's funny, during the COVID situation, you know, everything with us, we refuse to have setbacks. We look at it as, okay, we taking a pause, so we know for us it's going to be a setup, right? So that's where we inspect and reflect, because I believe reflection brings correction, but also reflection gives vision. And that's really something what Heather and I call ourselves passionaries, which are someone that creates vision for and delivers compassion to others and inspires them to really create a better world. Right. So what we saw during COVID, and we found this out, we didn't even know we were the #1 hair salons in the country. Okay, I believe Kerastase has like 2,000 hair salons in the country. We're the #1 in the treatment center.
And that was an area that we were able to grow because we took one segment of our business, which really, it's ironic, it all dealt with touch.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with making your haircut look better, even though it does make your hair feel better. But that touch piece, and we created a care space to care for our guests, and that has just been a huge revenue producer for us. So for you guys who are growing a business, what we have always done, we looked at every department, and every department of our business became a revenue stream, not just a cost center.
Exactly. And so what we saw in this area that we now call the care space, we know that is really where we're pivoting into other wellness therapies that we're going to offer in our salon.
Right.
And what, at the end of the day, what does that mean? Constantly growing.
Right.
Constantly growing. Because we're just not people that believe that you should stay stagnant and get comfortable.
Right.
So growing is uncomfortable.
Right. But another thing that's great, considering we're coming up to our 35 years in business, is that we feel so privileged because we've had clients that have grown with us. And so we've always grown monetarily, which is great. But to grow with somebody and have seasons and years with people that you have grown up with,
Decades.
or you've really grown with, different seasons for them, it's really a beautiful thing. I mean, when I think about my haircuts were $4.50. $4.50 per haircut. And I had those same guests that come to me today, and obviously that's not what they spend. But it's just because there was growth in our relationship, which caused growth in our business, which caused growth personally for them as well as for me. So I'm grateful for that, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I think growth is good. You know, our mom was big on never staying the same. Like, just really kind of as a young entrepreneur, single mom, she really saw things as, I mean, we were constantly moving and changing and growing and doing and evolving. And, you know, to me, life's not a revolution, it's an evolution. You're constantly evolving into being and becoming who you were created to be. And that's something even for our clients. And like Heather said, people that we've done over decades, I mean, at every pivotal or momentous moment of their life, when their daughter was born, when their daughter made their sweet 16, when their daughter got married, their daughter had their baby, when their daughter made their debut. It's like we are kind of in the back, basically, as armor bearers, holding them up, saying, you know what, we are so excited we get to be a part of
all the
special moments. All the special moments. So that's really something that, for me, you know, growth is critical.
Yep. So growth is exactly what it is. Growth, it's always evolving. It's always moving forward. And for us, obviously, we've grown in our business. But you know what? We've grown as people. And we've been so privileged to grow other people. And so we're going on our 4th generation of clients that I'm taking care of. So obviously, we love growth.
We love growth. And we love this room. So that's why we wanted a green room. Because green represents growth. You know, we got green eyes. So we are never going to be stagnant. So really, I challenge you today. I don't care where you are, if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or even 60. Look in the mirror today and say, you know what? I'm committed this next 365 days to grow in some area. Spiritually, emotionally, financially, monetarily, in relationships, socially. You know, the big thing for us, if you really, 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 you know, I want to impact something, if you really want to know who we are, it's really growing in relationships. That, at the end of the day,
that sums it all up.
We live well, we love well, we beauty well, we do all that well, right? But at the end of the day, to grow in our relationships with
most important
people.
thing. Yeah.
And, you know, your vertical life is powerful to really produce a horizontal life. So
We love it.
Cheers.
So we going beyond. I have.
Yep. Beyond
To
future.
infinity and beyond.
Uh-huh.
Love it.